one.
30 to
That's not a one.
confirm.
Yeah.
40 on the chart.
Normal whack. Maybe some fall down or something.
Standard crit.
Double damage, I think, with whip.
Okay. Corrupting touch through his whip is 14d6.
Yay, 28d6.
So 28d6.
What the fuck?
Fortitude save DC 22 for half.
Oh.
It's 102 negative damage.
That's like insta-gib levels.
Do you have 102 hit points?
No.
Is it at least close to that shit?
No, it's not close to that shit. Hang on, I gotta see what her fort save is. Oh, it's not awesome. Not
I
awesome.
fucked up with Radimer. I should have put on his. Do we have any hero points?
Failed.
I don't know.
We don't have hero points.
I know.
The audience
Other than
does.
that one.
Oh, that one.
So failed
You are
twice.
28 hit points away.
How did you roll twice?
22
I hit.
points away.
Hmm?
It's
Oh, I thought. Oh no, he hit me twice.
No, he only hit you once.
It was a confirmed crit.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. Did you say 102?
Yep.
102. Guys, does it? I can't beg for a hero.
She dead. There's smoke. It's not even...
Yeah, she's at minus 22 by my looks of it.
By your
More
math.
than that. More than that, because she took 11 damage from the hoof.
You have Bear's Endurance up.
Okay.
You do Bear's Endurance.
Oh yes, I do have Baron's Endurance, so...
Oh.
That's 19 on your fort save. You also have the Greater Heroism or whatever it is.
21? That's right, yeah, 21.
21 is saved for half.
Okay,
So that becomes
Aha!
Use your buffs!
51. Do you have 51 more hit points?
No.
Oh.
Okay, then you need to make a save versus death DC 15, and you rolled a 1.
Oh, fuck off. I died anyway. Yeah, I rolled a 1. There's no buffs that are helping beyond the 1. I admire your effort here,
Well,
Ahmed.
this is also one of those. Radimer's a shitty cleric. We're just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, we're gonna say it.
But does he have the?
We're not even
put
gonna
soul
look to
back
his
into
corner.
body spell?
Okay, so there's an additional power on the whip called Teleporting Touch. Given that you died because of this, you notice that Zira's soul got lassoed by the whip, pulled out of her body, and now she's kind of like transparent and riding around in the back of the in the back of the stagecoach, like she's been captured.
Now Avenger's never gonna let you leave.
So
No! The hair is in like fucking like all like just out in this huge radius of anger, and I'm gonna put the spectral Zita in the back of the coach.
if I would have known that you were popping out, I would have warded against death as opposed to cast the resistance.
I didn't know what was going on before I popped out.
I know.
Renee.
I'm stuck in a fucking box. We'll try to not be stuck in a fucking box.
Okay, we'll give you another +2 on top of the +2 you had last time because you got the sword kind of in the lid and you're prying. And Radimer.
Does he have the stick soul back into body spell?
He's a shitty oracle. He doesn't know that spell. So he's
Scrolls? Check your inventory, guys.
So yeah, just to refresh, the party came to the necropolis without a proper cleric.
well, they have an undead cleric. Like he's good to control undead stuff, but his oracle powers are far more in the
Zita just got whipped by
his soul's missing is the problem.
a CR-15 ghost, and it was a critical hit, so it was 28d6 damage.
It was bad.
Hey, damn. Yeah, so she took half damage, but died from taking massive damage.
So
More than 50 hit points damage.
he's gonna put it up now, I suppose.
What's that?
You'll put up the ward against death.
Death ward or anti-incorporeal shell?
Oh, Foxfire is
Foxfire only has 1 point.
Foxfire has 1 point.
So a hero point could let Radimer take an action on a turn to then put up ward against death, which would then negate
all the damage.
Negate all the damage.
Death ward, you mean?
He has ward against death, which is like death ward. But
he also has death ward prepared as a domain spell under his cleric.
Yeah, but that I believe it's touch.
Yeah, so he'd have to need 2 actions.
No. Ward against death is a 30-foot radius around.
Oh, that's awesome! Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
So yeah, one hero point could save.
I don't know, guys. The hero point is expensive. Please don't.
Okay.
All right, Fox.
Fox spending his, and then Demon and Drakester need to decide whether they're
countering it with
whether they're using a when we handed these out at the end of the game. I don't think everyone was online. Let me know if you want hero or villain points. But Fox is spent in the first room of the dungeon. So Radimer then puts up a power called
Ward against death.
Ward against death that he got through the repose domain.
Yep. 30 foot that wards against death. Living creatures are immune to death effects, energy drain effects that cause negative levels. So I believe this is a drain.
No.
Oh, that's a great spell.
Oh shit.
So it doesn't.
How does it save her from?
No, it would be death effects, so it might save against the massive damage.
Why don't you save her? Why don't you give her a resist fire?
You can cast a spell, move, and touch.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah. Is this one like?
Oh, it's only a standard action. Shit. So.
We gave points last at the end of last session.
Shit.
That won't work.
Can he put a?
It's not. It's negative energy, not a death effect, not energy drain.
She's 25 feet away, so give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the incorporeal shell. Let's see what this thing is. If that's self only.
Can he create walls or anything like that?
Centered on you. He could. Well, he has a whole bunch of like command undead type stuff, but.
I'm just asking the rest of the stream. I'm looking at our live feed here. It's showing me the video is either unavailable or not supported in this browser. My computer's been acting up, so or at least my Twitch app has. So.
Yes, it has been. He could attempt to command the undead. Is my next best shot.
What is the area of effect of the incorporeal shell?
It's 10-foot radius. It's too far away.
5-foot step, and he's still too far away from her.
Right.
I'm going to at least thank a Nem for the Devo. The Devo comment. I appreciate that in this sad moment. It's
okay. Question.
And alternately, he could cast a hide from undead. Chant like a will save versus not being seen. So there's hide from undead, command undead, channel to command undead. There's
slay living, so he kills her instead of them.
Yeah, well, at least maybe bring her back.
Marty, how about this question? How about this? What if Grizak gets the point, casts teleport, and puts himself in front of Zita?
Nope. You're beside her, and that's not this.
Like the shot is coming in and he puts himself in front.
You can't. Now, unless you have a power that allows you to martyr
Also
yourself
grab
like
that. Grab the AO. Invisibility purge wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Do you have that negate crit power that little shit has? No. Okay. Dismissal.
Okay. Wait.
He could dismiss the horses.
I can create two things that might be useful. Either a wall of stone or a wall of light. Between.
The guy's not doing a ride-by attack if the horses are dismissed. I don't know if he gets both of them though. That's the.
Wall of light. The wall of light
This, if we could dismiss, I believe dismissal has a number of hit dice.
1 extra planar creature.
So no. He could make a stinky cloud, just to obscure vision.
Yeah, like a 20% mischance or something like that.
That'd be 50. It's range, like it's more than 5 feet away.
Okay, I can cast either a wall of stone or a wall of light, and the wall of light blocks sight. Blocks line of sight. And I have the range to do it. 190 feet.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have anything else.
Hello?
We hear you. Wait a sec. Wait. I didn't look at his wizard list because I didn't check his spell book from the wizard list to see if he's got something in there that might be useful.
He doesn't have Arcane Bond.
Never mind, he's got a monkey. Isn't even on the adventure.
Mr. Pickles,
Mr.
what are
Pickle.
you up to now?
Mr. Pickles should have been the one that had played with the thing and then got sent to another dimension. Be like, oh, Mr. Pickles disappeared. Oh, wonder what happened.
Command Undead.
It's Command Undead through 2 sources. Is kind of the only one that's like.
You can't teleport at range.
And I would do the Command Undead through a channel because I believe its DC is higher. But the chance of that actually working is very low. I mean, he'd be super stoked if it worked.
It's up to you guys. I've glanced and I don't have anything better to offer than that.
Okay, so is it out of the question if Grizak got the hero point?
No, it's ultimately up to Fox, but
Okay, because Okay, so my suggestion is Grizak can cast a wall of light, which would block vision, and he'd put it in front between Zita and Shadow, or the ghost.
Wall of Light might, if that is true, then that would be a 50-50 miss. Trance.
Is the thing in the middle an object?
It is a cut in the stone somehow, like for some reason, like a cookie cutter was applied to the middle of the mosaic.
Nem's asking if he has a point. I'm guessing.
Nem, you need to decide whether you have a hero point or a villain point. It was not
Would
assigned.
a web spell going across from the sarcophagus corner to the ground over here, making like a triangle of webs
Catch the horses.
to catch the horses?
Yeah, that's possible. They are flying. They probably were above that anyways. Like they're attacking from above.
I was hoping it was a big glowy Palor face, but apparently it's not a big glowy Palor face. I'm
So let's
working
have a
hard
look
here.
at Wall of Light.
Good one.
There's a chance you blind both Zita and the horses.
Creature adjacent to the wall is blinded.
Yep. A 10-foot high vertical sheet of light.
So where are you putting it, I guess, is the question.
It'll go right there.
Oh, just
Oops.
in front of point. So, yeah, basically.
So I would be blinded.
But 50-50 chance not dead.
But it's not permanent blind. It's not on you. You're close to it. You can move away and it'll be fine.
All right.
Is that what's going on?
Plane, are you?
I guess, yeah.
Is that's the only thing?
I guess that's what's going on. That's what's going on.
All right. Fox, are you good with Grizak getting the hero point so he can cast Wall of Light at 210 feet away, which is within range?
Sure, I'll get you a few. Oh, that's for them.
Demi's talking about also spending a point. They're bartering. There's some sort of point bartering going on in the.
I'll give you 1 hero point for.
You could spend both to just have instant success. Yep. I'll make something story happen as opposed to.
Oh.
If you give Radimer 2 things, he moves up in death wards, right?
Boop boop. Yep.
At which point, Zita, you were saved by the creepy old guy who went way out of his way to save your ass.
She's still not appreciating the fact he touched her.
Okay, so which is it? Fox sounds like he's spending his point. I'm reducing it right now. Nem, are you spending your point or not?
Keeping in mind this ghost is going to murder someone.
Get Renee out of the fucking box.
Nem, are you spending your point or not? Okay,
Yep,
great.
he's spending
All right.
a point, right.
Okay, so no need to use the Wall of Light. I will describe, however, Radimer wandering up to you and saying some arcane word that he has had prepared for a long period of time, which temporarily put a death ward on Zita just in the right time. As the whip comes in and smacks against Zita, you feel Radimer's power coursing. Yep. For a brief moment, Zita, you thought that you... Wait a second. Radimer didn't protect all of your soul. You do see yourself riding in the ghostly chariot.
Oh, put that back in there.
Wait, what?
Zita sees a tiny bit of her... She sees herself riding in the back of the spiritual...
It's okay.
Wagon.
I will fill that splinter with shadow.
I have been saving those words for a long time, says Radimer, and then he looks up as he feels very exposed, and the whole thing just ride by.
Did you stutter? She's looking at her soul.
You're lucky that I had perfect timing. Giant Nibbles, what you doing there, boss?
Oh.
After you got Evander out?
That's not how it's done. Hang on.
Shows how it's done, boss.
And smash!
Bam! Alright, so 60 damage to the lid. That's what you need.
And there's still hardness, so
51 damage to the lid.
51.
Okay, there's a crack, but it's not totally broken.
That was a crap roll.
The lid's caved in, and you can hear Nibbles roaring. And there is a bunch of dust from the dead bodies kind of going out of the crack. The detritus of the bones. Zita, literally your life has flashed before your eyes, and part of it is just sort of looking out at you in horror as it's stuck in the back of the the ghostly carriage.
He's on his way around.
Yep.
Where is he?
Get the
Oh, there he is.
there.
Fire. No, I'm gonna magic missile him. I want my soul back.
What a beautiful bride you will make.
Oh, hells nah.
18.
You do 18 damage to him.
And then she kind of scurries back this way. Radmar had a good hiding spot.
Evander. Evander is out of the box. I'm an elf in a box.
Evander has what spells?
Won't you come and save me? Sure.
So Evander has a witch.
He could righteous might himself. He could divine power. He could just lightning bolt it.
He could learn how to write his spells in alphabetical order. I mean, he's a witch, so there maybe that.
Just based on this first room, yeah, it's a good thing it was this party that showed up.
Yeah. That one creature, room 1 TPK.
Whips you all into the fucking cart.
Yoink, 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 yoink.
You're coming for a ride! You're final ride!
Well, this is happening.
He's like a pirate ghost. Yar, you matey. What is he? Ahmed?
Yeah. What? Ooh.
Evander?
Oh shit! Yes, I'm playing Evander. Oh.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Evander can't. Yeah, he's gonna move to.
He's flying.
His sister just did magic missiles. He also has magic
He
missiles.
does not.
He does not. Good. He has the lightning bolts. Yep. He's gonna go. He's gonna fly to. Oops. He's got 50. So he's gonna go to here. Think from there he still he can reach it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to lightning bolt the thing of his sister, so
Yeah.
he's going to lightning bolt missing his sister in the box. So he flies there, casts lightning bolt, roll 10d6.
Yep.
His DC is only...
Does he want to use a twilight knife instead? It's a force effect.
Twilight.
No, Ahmed said lightning bolt. Let's
Okay,
just get this
cool.
thing
Yeah, I
moving.
said it.
Yeah.
23. Wow.
Both of the nightmares made it, so they take 11.
The DC is 18 bells. Yeah. Okay.
And the ghost
That's fine.
makes it, so it takes 5. All right, the nightmares are beat up though because of that. Another lightning bolt goes rocking through this place. Are you all right, sister?
I am.
Why are you in there? Give her back! He's freaking out. Vander's really unnerved at arriving, nearly choking to death.
It's been a rough
Yep.
first couple of minutes of this dungeon.
Yep, Grizak.
Fuck them horses. Grizak's going to same thing, lightning bolt. I got these for days. He's gonna move.
So they almost hit, and then there were a bunch of things spent. Did Renee get his action?
Was Renee before or after Nibbles?
Renee is after the hell horses.
I don't know. If
So is that before or after Nibbles?
Before.
Because it's before Nibbles? Then
Yeah.
I tried.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. It's just the hell horses are coming up
Yep.
really quick.
I can hit them and not zero. Or
What are you
Zeta.
hitting? What are you
Lightning
using?
bolt.
Okay, another Grizak lightning bolt.
if we get to Nibbles again and Renee hasn't gone, then Renee missed a turn.
Okay. No, that's not the case.
Wowzers. 31.
They both failed. 31 damage, I think, kills both of the nightmares. Let's see. Yeah, they unceremoniously get lightning bolted, and they're like crashing into the wall, and they're actually corporeal. When they die, the ghost carriage just seems to disappear as it's going through the wall, leaving behind this very angry and flying ghost with the whip. Whatever it took from Zita disappeared with the carriage. Oh, he also needs to make a save. Failing, so it took 15.
15.
All right, the ghost is in tatters, but not bloodied.
Not bloodied?
Get Renee out of there.
Which one of you did that? You,
He says to
Grizak's pointing
Grizak.
at a vendor. That guy.
dirty, dirty Demi.
He's going to do the Hellfire Burst again. Let's see, a 30-foot fireball. Boom.
At least it's safe in my box. My box is really busted. So this does needs to do 8 points of damage to the box or 9.
Are you seeing to the rope? Maybe. He sort of swirls his whip around. The ghostly whip conjures up this hellish ball of flame that goes flying towards Grizak and Evander and explodes against the cobbles. It tags Nibbles as well. 45 damage save for half. DC 24 reflex.
Nope.
DC 24.
Oh, Nibbles is also kind of all sorts of fucked up.
Ooh, Grizak's all sorts of shit. Is this a spell-like ability?
It is a supernatural ability.
Then no.
That's kind of a below. Okay.
Come on, Grizak! You fuck! No, Grizak takes it on the chinny chins.
Okay,
45
and
damage?
then Evander.
Omen.
Yep. Evander is going to try to evade that shit. Evander.
Evander's going to have to
Come
try
on, buddy.
real hard to evade something without evasion.
Without evasion. I meant, yeah, reflex that shit.
Plus 8.
8.
Plus 8 or
28! Not 20!
Okay, so he takes half, which is 22.
Nibbles took it on the chin.
It's getting hot in here. So how much of that can affect stone? It was 20...
It was
22 damage can affect stone. That becomes 11 damage to the stone. That becomes 3 damage to the stone.
yeah, sure. So there's 3 damage to the crack.
I want out of this damn box.
And you don't need to breathe.
I need to fight the thing that's murdering everyone.
All right, and then it's going to take its move, and it flies at. It's pretty slow for a flyer. It's just flying around the room.
Evasion and a ghost touch bow is really useful against that thing.
Feel the flames! Feel the flames! Your souls are damned for stepping here. Your souls will join ours in eternal rest.
Renee?
You creep me out, dude.
I will use one claw attack, and if it does not pop the lid open, I will use the rest to
Alright.
make it no longer a lid. God, I hate this fucking box.
You know it's gonna be cracked for you. Why don't you delay? Or ready. Ready to pop and shoot, because you know someone's gonna break it for you.
He doesn't know what the enemy is.
I don't know what it is, right? I'm not, like, I don't know there's a ghost in the box. I want out of the box. That's what I know.
You hear Grizak and Evander and Nibbles all screaming though, and a bunch of fire kind of.
I do 7 damage to the lid. I break the lid,
All right, the lid is broken open.
and then I spend the rest of my action getting out of the fucking box.
Sounds.
I want to be not in the. Oh shit! Do I have it? Can I see it and draw my bow? I've got a sword
as your move, you could drop your sword and pull out your bow instead.
I'm pulling up the ghost touch bow.
Okay, the ground is still warm and crackling from the hellish flames, and Nibbles isn't looking too great. Radimer.
Radimer. All right, Radimer. 1 second. We have an annoying squeaky toy in play. Radimer is going to. That's got to sound great through the microphone. May, get this shit out of here.
He has one magic missile prepared.
You see how well that was throwing it away?
Come.
And the sound of eternal torment comes through the halls.
Okay, we're gonna.
Jesus Christ.
We'll magic missile and then move into a hiding position.
Okay. 5d4 plus 5. Okay.
Oh,
Huh.
17 damage. He does not like that.
And then he's going to move behind another box.
He is not bloodied yet.
He is a problem.
Nibbles. He's about 30 feet off the ground. 20 feet off. No, I'll say 20 feet
Nibbles,
off the
do you want
ground.
to go hide in the box?
Nibbles can jump. Can't get to him, but he's. I'm coming.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. No, I'm not running.
And we declared we declared him as your enemy for. I don't know. You have to do that.
Giant Bane, something.
Yeah.
You got to reach.
Actually, just run to. Hey, come to me! I'll get you there. Make a move. Oh, you need to ready. Yeah, never mind.
Zita.
Zita is going to magic missile him again because
The wizard's behind the sarcophagi, just blasting it with missiles. Fuckers. The unerring
19.
hit part is the. Huh.
19,
19 damage is significant.
and then duck behind.
104. He is now bloodied.
Just now? Oh shit. Okay. Renee, let's get on that, shall we?
Evander.
That noise.
I can't hear properly. So he's flying.
Mm-hmm. He could give someone else a fly. He could fly up to Nibbles and tap him with a fly. He's got 2 prepared.
Yeah, he's already spent 1. Yeah, do we know about the ghost bow that Rennie has or not?
Yes.
Collect it, and he.
Yeah, he was there. Okay, good. Zita's alright? I mean, Zita's alright?
Yeah.
Aside from this creature taking part of her soul and...
Aside from missing pieces, you know.
Yeah, so I guess he's pretty pissed off.
Maybe he took her ugliness, and therefore she will let other people live their lives in peace.
Evander's gonna fly forward, give Nibbles a fly
No,
spell.
That was her kindness and understanding.
Get him, Nibbles. Unleash your fury upon him.
A little bit of hair comes over. He doesn't even do it.
He doesn't.
He just a little hair goes and tabs you on the on the shoulder, delivering the spell. The ghost with the whip. He may release a wave of brimstone wreaking hellfire in a 30-foot radius bursts 5 times per day.
Well, why would he do that?
Fuck.
Because you're all clustered.
No one's clustered anywhere.
In 30-foot radiuses, they are.
Oh.
Boom, there's one there.
Oh, fuck.
We could do that one. I think
Wait a minute.
Why don't you get Rene in the back? He looks scary.
No, we're gonna get these two in the back because they've been magic missiling me for fucking 60 damage over there.
Oh, come to me, my pretty.
And he
Being
raises.
Miss Grizak?
Yeah, Grizak. Sorry, it's Grizak's turn. What are you doing?
Grizak's going to magic missile this guy.
You're going to draw and move. Okay, you're just going to move.
Are you going into the ground or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an earth elemental.
Okay, so you magic missile him, then go into the ground. All right, take your.
I think it's 5d4.
I'll just redo the map drawing. Boom.
20 damage.
Okay. He is going to whip off his hellfire against the wall, injuring both Zita and Radimer.
What's the save DC?
24 reflex, 51 damage.
Oh.
So
24?
Mm-hmm.
I failed.
fails,
Again, not to die.
but
How much?
51.
damage.
Okay, I'm gonna make a death save again.
Kenny's rerolling damage. No, 52 is worse. So Radimer only takes 25
Yeah,
damage?
this is also fire, so I don't know if you've got
Remove
resist
5
fire.
fire damage, so you don't. It's not massive damage.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
And
So
Radimer put up a resist fire.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So is it 25 or 26?
it is better for you. So it will say you
25 damage.
25 damage from the unholy nature of the hellish
I
blast.
don't think he has anything that stops unholy damage. I don't
Nope.
think there's much.
I still don't have 47 hit. Oh, it's 47 plus 11.
You have a death ward that prevented all that damage.
No, it was just for that one effect.
Oh, it wasn't the full one?
No.
Okay. Oh, well, right, but that one effect didn't happen.
No, I'm talking about the hellfire.
Yeah. You
I
you-
took massive damage from the hellfire. Like
But-
I do not have 47 hit points left. I
you
just
need
took
there's a 50 hit point minimum.
Oh, okay. Thank God for my natural resistance.
Okay. And then, given that you guys have got him below half, he's going to take his movement down and go into one of the boxes.
You gotta be fucking shitting me.
Look at hiding box. No.
Renee.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to move.
Makeup. Renee is going to delay until ghost-faced jackass is out of a box, so no more explosion.
Radimer?
You went into that damn box. Are you feeling all right, Zita?
No, not really.
Nibbles is also hella messed up.
I think Radimer is going to move over to Zita and cast a resist fire on her.
Yeah. that would
Try
be-
to stay alive.
believe Evander has a healing spell. So, Ahmed.
How do I not have protection from energy? I am the worst sorceress ever.
Our Oracle doesn't have Breath of Life. there's more than a little bit of that to go around.
Evander has a cure moderate.
He's a necromancer. Let's just tick off another resist energy.
Damn. Holy fuck. Nibbles, you fucked up. All sorts of fucked up.
Yeah, his resist energy fire is 30. So.
Okay, so...
Alright.
Giant nibbles.
Giant Nibbles is having none of this hiding in the box crap. Fuck you. He goes and smashes the box.
Okay, you're smashing the lid of the box.
Yeah, he's just hitting the box. I don't think he'll
Okay.
break it, but
Well, 60 hit points.
yeah, he had to charge, so he's only doing 46.
So Evander got to go or not?
51 damage, so 42.
Not yet.
43 damage.
43 out of 60. Okay. Bang! You chip in the side of the box. Zita?
Zita is... Oh, she's gonna do a greater invis on herself. And she's going to start a bard song.
Ole, 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 ole. Ole.
Alright, Zita. Zita takes some defense. Evander.
She's speared. He's all sorts of fucked up. Evander is gonna go. Can he? Let's see. Yes, and he'll cast a cure moderate. We'll go and cast a cure moderate wounds on it.
Oh shit, I could have done... Oh,
Does he have a bigger one, or is that the biggest one he has?
Cure moderate wound. That's it.
Oh,
Take out
but I
one
can get-
circle. He's only got witch circle, right?
yeah, he's only got a Witchcaster. He has higher circle. He has higher ones. He just doesn't have them prepared. Okay.
Cure moderate wounds.
He could also go forward, ready an action to Dimension Door if one of them get hit.
Yeah.
Oh, to dimension door both of
A
them.
defensive dimension door will.
Yeah, to ready a dimension door. Oh yeah. He moved.
Yeah, that's he can move and ready.
Okay.
Hmm.
Alright.
Just an idea.
Yeah, that's good. I've never.
Because the 15 hit points is probably not going to stop the death.
Right, the 14d6. Grizak, what are you doing?
Ready a magic missile.
Grizak, 5-foot step. Oh, where the fuck is everyone? And he'll continue his movement to these guys.
Well, not if you 5-foot step.
No, it's part of like he's stepping. He's moving out of the
Okay.
ground, and
All right.
do you know what I mean? So
The first step is a step that could provoke AOs.
no, he moves out of the ground. Up in 25, and then he can reach. You in that fucking box?
Yeah, the hair is kind of pointing towards the box where Nibbles is attacking.
Come, you bastards!
Okay, so Grizak double moves.
Yep.
Ghost with whip. Comes to the side of the box.
It's got 2 more booms left.
It's gonna whip the heck out of Nibbles.
No, your thing only prevents AOO stuff.
I believe so. Otherwise, it's really broken.
Yes.
Okay.
I've never used it otherwise.
Okay.
I'll double check, but
He 5-foot steps out and up. See if he's got fly.
Hey, look, hey, there you are. Yes, so we got.
He doesn't have flyby attack. He has ride by. Can't learn new tricks in the afterlife. All right. So this is a touch attack with his awful whip. AC 23.
Touch?
Yeah.
Hits.
Okay, so Evander takes his readied action and teleport and dimension doors Nibbles.
Yeah.
Here.
It actually says it's just his reach is shorter until the end of my turn, but
Until the end of your turn.
Okay,
Right, so it's on your
look
turn.
where Evander
Moved you?
moved you. Now you're on the ground. He's 5 feet up. So that was Evander's readied. Goes to the same
right
as...
here, right on top of the. Oh, actually, he can't change orientation. Okay.
Hey, delay. Hey, look at that delay. Whose pip is it?
It's also just Renee's turn. So
Perfect. Yeah, go son of a bitch.
Renee blinks. He's like, "Oh, I should be acting."
All right. So I see you. I ignore the first range increment for penalties. I have a plus 22 with the lesser bow. Plus 3 for the bard song. Minus 3, minus 2. AC 32.
Yep.
AC 28.
Mm-hmm.
AC 30.
Yep.
and you're dead.
Okay.
Against physical attacks, Catamus fades in and out of existence, giving him a 50% mischance as per
Ghost touch.
as per a displacement effect.
All right. The first attack hits.
Mhm.
Second attack misses. Third attack hits.
Nice.
All right. 2d8 plus. No, it's minus 2 off the damage.
+3 from Bard Song.
Plus 3 from Bard Song. So 2d8 plus 12 plus 12 plus 6 plus 1d8 plus 12 plus 6. 61 damage.
Oh,
Plus 24.
He feels that he's trying to like reach the arrows that are kind of stuck in his back. He can't quite get them, and then his whip sort of whips them off. 185 damage. If that one other arrow hit, he probably would have been destroyed. Radimer. No, Evander, then Radimer. No, Evander, Dimension Doored. Radimer.
Sorry.
Adam.
How's it Evander's turn?
Radimer.
It's not. It's Radimer's.
Radimer's.
turn.
Radimer's. Okay.
Radimer is going to. Is there any way to?
Magical
second.
soul. He doesn't have it.
He does not.
Oracle.
Enervate it to give it hit points. He could
No, that would not be the. That is not the correct.
spectral
this might
hand
be-
and then touch it.
We're gonna spectral hand. We're just gonna cast spectral hand because he's got a lot of touch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
let's just roll a d4.
Giant nibbles. Oh.
1 hit point spectral hand.
Oh.
Oh, Giant Nibbles is going to town.
AC 24 with a 50% mischance.
All right.
Stop using Mark's luck.
Yeah. So AC 45.
The axe is where the ghost is. It's sort of flickering. Roll the percent.
Sorry.
Ghost.
18, 20.
Check for ghost goodies.
Yeah. AC 35.
You just keep the axe there because it's perfectly bisecting the ghost that is flickering in and out. You're just sort of wiggling it around.
An AC 21 misses.
Yeah, that one missed. Give me 2 percentiles.
Could Evander have 5-foot step? Oh, it can't be flying.
No.
No, his turn
Dimension
ended
Door.
when he dimension doored.
Oh yeah. Dimension doors, level.
There we go. Hit and hit.
Both of them hit, I think.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Don't like you. Please feel safe in your afterlife with not coming back and, you know...
Yeah. Yes.
Don't come back ever again, thank you.
In this many units of time?
Units. Yes, I believe...
So half of 111, I guess, because he's a ghost.
Lunar cycles?
Yeah, you, the thing sort of flickers and then sort of melts around your axe and then disappears, and some stuff falls to the ground.
Whip. Cool whip.
Why would that be ghost touch? Weird. So ghosts can wear it?
No, if you put ghost touch on an incorporeal weapon, it makes it so it does full damage.
No, the braziers of armor are ghost touch, but braziers of armor are force.
Would you
It's so ghosts can wear it, because ghosts can wear. Okay.
Ghost touch objects.
So there are two pairs of braziers that fall to the ground. This strange whip just flutters to the ground, and lies there. Yeah, those are the three items: the two braziers and the whip.
just has to reach things with little grippy sticks and sticky hands.
the fucking lazy claw thing. my ghost touch pincher. Pinching everyone's bottoms. All the bottoms. Yeah, just the fiery, smoking remains of these two horses that crashed against the wall, and then this really weird field of darkness that is perfectly hovering in what looks like a hallway / staircase that leads perhaps to the outside. It is quiet.
Pick up my sword out of the fucking coffin, stick it back in.
Yeah, Zita's the last act, and then we're out of initiative. That was 7 rounds.
Zita's.
You guys know what we're gonna have to do right about now, don't you?
He looks around.
We're gonna search all these fucking things here, boxes for golden treasure.
This is elaborate.
This is something of a trap for a Imperial dig site. Looks like a tomb for giant.
I don't know that this is traditional, shall we say. According to what I've heard, the family had this crypt built prior to their exile. The Imperium just made use of it.
Remind me never to claim that I am a king.
Probably a wise decision.
Is that a door on the other side?
Which one?
I'm not ready to open it yet. Nope, I'm gonna have a seat right over here.
The perfectly the weird block of black floating magic that is blocking the entire hallway, aside from several inches along the bottom, top, and sides. You do see that there is a bronze door at the far end.
That weird floating black stuff. What is it? Should radiate from to detect magics. Because we're going to detect magic on the black stuff.
Yep, Radmir's.
Griza's going from coffin to coffin detecting magic, like on the inside thing.
Oh, you're going inside? Okay, Grizak, you are finding treasures. There are people. This is the entry hall, and other people have arrived here.
Nibbles, fuck this one up.
Nibbles breaks
He goes to the
whatever
next
Grizak tells him.
Yeah, he's going,
Nibbles
fucking, he's going through all of them.
Okay, so you're gonna go into all the crypts.
Yep.
Right. All right. So at this point, while detect magics are going on after the combat, we're going to see if you guys picked up anything while in the crypts, which might radiate via magic and be noticeable that way.
You picked up mummy rot.
Grizak needs to roll this save 12 times because he's dug around in all 12 of the crypts looking for treasure.
Yay.
Are you immune to magical disease?
I'm immune.
Yeah, it's not disease.
Oh, good.
Filth?
Okay.
He's already filthy.
Nah, these are curses.
Oh, good. Oh, ballsies.
Okay, the DC is rather low, which is good, but all of you kind of appeared inside of... the only person that doesn't have to make a roll is Renee.
Does Radimer's things stop this?
You know what? Him appearing and healing from negative energy, we'll say that also protected him from this.
Cool.
So Grizak, 16 will saves.
16 will save?
No, sorry, 12. 12 will saves.
Now, question.
Is the spell-like ability is the question.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, okay. 16 of oh boy. Plus, no, 12 of these. 12. Plus.
And then everyone else needs to roll 1.
Okay.
All right. What's the DC?
16.
You rocked it. You rocked its ace.
The whole way.
Hey, why is it so dirty? in this
Okay, so
place?
Grizak has no idea that the crypts might have been cursed as he's digging out treasures and rooting around. His fucking bones are hanging off of him. Hey there! Covered in dust. Evander, do you make a save?
Ooh.
Okay, Evander
That's
makes a save.
Nibbles.
I haven't rolled for. I'm rolling right now for Nibbles.
shoelaces.
Fails.
Okay, I need a d20 roll to see what the effect of the curse is.
Oh, random curses.
Yeah,
20.
Good, bad, indifferent.
Permanent
Alphabetical.
rage. Ah!
Erectile dysfunction.
Like I said, permanent rage.
Permanent rage.
Ooh.
Could you mark down at the top of Nibble's sheet that he has a curse? And this is called the Adellan curse, and the result is 20. And then I guess every time you wake up in the morning, you have to make a roll.
How many inches got rotted off that night?
Oh no.
Oh no. I want to mingle with some troll blood.
Okay.
There's no like feeling at this point.
No.
And everyone else made their save. Zita.
Zeta got a 24.
Okay. All right.
I think she's gonna throw a cure moderate on herself right now,
Yeah, we're gonna.
cause ow.
We need to get out of this dungeon right now. Come back tomorrow.
Radimer is going to use one of his low-level.
21.
He'll use his wand on himself. I'll take off the charges. He needs,
Okay, he
what,
needs 5.
Okay.
And then that last hit point is stuck in the spectral hand.
Okay.
I'll actually use another one too.
Is that one
Oh
of
no
those
wait.
guys that will come back later? Foster?
Yes, unfortunately, that appeared to be a ghost. Dazed, perhaps a week. Unless we perform an action that
Excuse me.
it might be tied to whatever curse was placed upon this family.
which may very well have made them not achieve an afterlife. I'm not certain. The hovering black sphere or the hovering black rectangle of force appears to be a mage's private sanctum.
Isn't that the thing from the bedroom in...
It is blocking sight and sound, and whatever is inside, we cannot detect it.
Ain't that I wonder if there's a ghost in there just waiting to slap you in the face when you stick your face through?
An indetectable trap, of course. Unless there's a way to bring it down.
Yeah, sure. Just send in a couple more animals.
Not all of us are elementals.
No, animals. Like a little doggy or a bird or something. That'll set up a trap.
I doubt triggering it would be a good idea. Give me a perception check, Renee. You walked right over it.
Okay.
And Grizak, write down you found a wizard's gear.
Okay. Treasure.
We'll say you found a four-party
Adventure.
a four-party member adventurer gear.
It came with a swashbuckler instead of a fighter.
Yeah, none of them were able to get out.
Well, if you had a bunch of people with this 18 strength, they're all boned.
Yep.
30 is the perception check.
The circle behind you moves. It is ever so slightly off center, like there was a stone cut, and like the center part of the face of the Medusa is not quite lined up with the rest of the diagram.
This is a mechanism here.
You do see at cardinal points of like a compass, northeast, west, and south, that there are places for you to put like an iron bar or something, perhaps to help move the whole thing.
Are there any of these bars around?
No.
What is light around here?
There is a little bit of light greenish coming off the eyes in the center of the Medusa mosaic.
This place is just horrific.
And there are a couple of like ghostly floating lights up near the top of the top of the room.
Okay, Grizak will cast light on Nibbles' big blade.
Okay.
Renee shields his eyes for a moment. Or Renee stares blankly for a moment. Then continues to examine the Medusa face.
Mm-hmm.
Also cast dancing lights all over the place.
Renee stiffens for a moment. And then continues to look at the Medusa face.
Oh, he doesn't like the light.
It blinds him.
You didn't tell me anything.
I don't know if those lower level spells are enough to blind him, but the
They're enough to irritate him, I'm sure.
irritating.
Radimer kind of like with the lantern that he had out throughout that entire combat cast light on the inside of it.
I will check. Blinded by daylight for the first round.
No, this is just.
Yeah, this won't,
I think it's
this won't
dazzling. I gotta. My bladder's about to burst. I'll be right back. You guys decide what your next move
Use a
is.
bucket.
Use a bucket.
bite.
Maybe
Every time he says that and then he shuts off the camera, it makes me think like he's just gonna stand up and pee in a jar.
Just stand up and turn around. you're gonna forget to turn the camera off, buddy. We'll know the truth.
No, what makes me think is that he's actually not standing up. He's turning the camera off and then just listening. What do they
Yeah.
say?
What do they say?
I'm gonna get all the ideas. All the ideas are mine. Yeah. So my curse. He cares. Oracle cares.
I thought it was pretty boned with 16 curses. Or 12 curses.
Well, it's will saves against the
Yeah.
druid, right?
Yeah, but had that been like me or Adam playing Sam, you would have been cursed at least 3-4 times.
That would have been curse. He'd have bits falling off. He'd be attacked by his hand like it was Evil Dead, right? Like his robot hand would be attacking him. It would basically been like Evil Dead. It'd been the Army of Darkness.
Did I tell you guys I went to a Army of Darkness musical? Which is
No.
fucking hilarious. Yeah, it was in Montreal. I went to an Army of Darkness musical, and the first three rows were given like the raincoats.
Okay, yeah.
There's so much blood.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
It
Oh,
was a
that's
musical.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I would go see that. I'd wear the raincoat.
It was sold out. I sat on the side, but pretty amusing.
Yeah, no. Exposed to normal or bright light, blinded for 1 round.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no. I took an aggressive curse.
That
So
is...
no, every time they well, so if the lights are overlapping, only the first one causes blindness.
Okay. Right.
Tucker's like calls it.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
You're worried about Nibble's curse? Nibble's curse is just bits are gonna fall off. Renee's looking at a way to spin this disc.
Yeah, you need to put some handles in there. You've got some tools, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. I got tools of multiple styles.
The butts of smaller weapons, or some of the detritus from the tombs.
Yep. Take a pick. One of those adventurers had a pick. We're gonna use their pick to.
Sure. So you find a pick amongst some of the adventuring gear. They were like ready to open up some crypts,
Yep.
but couldn't. But died inside.
That was some rogue's coup de grace weapon. We all know it.
Skull tap.
Yeah, some of it's magical, and the stuff that survived is obviously magical. You may have found some other detritus from like the final members of some of the Adellan family
vacuum
clan.
crypts should be like super well preserved stuff inside.
Oh right, there's no air to oxidate.
Like the colors should be bright and the skin should be there. It's like you crack the lids off and things should just like wither away like it's Indiana Jones.
Well, there was dust and older bones in there, so they may not have always been vacuum.
The vacuum pump might not always work. That elemental might have took a smoke break. We don't know. We didn't see. Also, just be aware, guys. I didn't see where the ghost of Zita went. I wasn't out of the crypt for that. So Renee's going to keep investigating this circle.
All right. Yeah, it turns. Well, give me a disable device check.
Okay. My disable device. 33.
You do see that it turns clockwise.
Okay. I'll turn it till it lines up.
Okay. This will probably take more than one person's back to turn.
And Nibbles.
Yeah, Vander will move over to one side and stick a thing in.
Grizak AIDS.
Are you helping push?
Yeah.
Okay.
Earth elemental strength.
I think we're gonna not have Nibbles with 100 damage while we're opening up the next layer of the dungeon.
Oh, yeah, maybe let me take a look at that.
There we go.
Okay, Vander's hair aids. And
So who's
he will aid.
Who's the primary
Healer? Grizak, the druid.
No.
The primary mover?
Yeah.
If it's strength based, it's Nibbles, and if it's not strength based, it's Renee.
All right. Strength based, Marty.
Yeah, it's strength. You're just trying to
Alright,
turn
so
this
it's-
big stone disc
So
Aiding.
on rollers.
Okay,
So the
Renee
two-
doesn't aid.
the 1 aid.
The 19 that he rolled as the first strength check, that was all that would have been good.
No, Renee
Okay.
figured out the trap, so we'll give him a +2. He aids. That's
Okay.
fine.
So it does 8. All right.
So there's a +8.
Plus 8.
Vander's hair is coming off his head and kind of like trying to help move the big circle.
Oh, does inspire? You know, inspire.
Lord Demi describing really tasty food as opposed in chat, by the way.
I actually,
It does look pretty good. It sounds pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Although it's cowering in spicy honey glaze, so the cowering might be.
I'm experimenting with quinoa this weekend.
I've always pronounced that quinoa.
20
Oh,
on
Is
the,
it quinoa? Oh, weird.
I've always pronounced it quinoa.
20 on that strength check.
It's probably quinoa. 20 on the strength check. Yeah, the thing at first stopped, like wouldn't move, and then it grinded a little bit, and then it started to pick up momentum. It clangs shut about like this.
40. Okay.
180 degrees, and as it's moving, whatever was inside of this this area has disappeared along with the darkness. Like the magical field became transparent and then completely gone.
Okay.
It's where Cthulhu's like the younger brother Budulu just hangs out.
There's just a bronze set of doors that leads out of the chamber.
Let's do these.
My healing's is almost spent here, guys.
Is it?
Is it what? Yeah, it is.
So 1d8 plus 5. He's gonna put 1d8 on Nibbles. 9 healing.
Okay. I'll take that off.
Okay, Evander's gonna
Or-
cast
or
Cure
did
Light
you just
Wounds on
take it off?
himself.
I didn't. I haven't touched it yet. I'm gonna do another one on me because you have less damage than I do. 6.
He does 10 on himself.
And one more. How much? Okay. If you don't mind, I'm gonna give myself the last one because
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have as many hit points as you.
Radimer has. I don't see any. Oh, there's the scrolls.
Guys, now we know the area. We can just teleport, get a couple of wands, and come back.
Isn't it a little confusing that we cannot we can teleport here? Shouldn't there have been a spike thing that prevents all this sort of? Maybe they don't have it working for their face trap.
It's possible.
Maybe it is aimed against the shadow plane.
Maybe. Should we at least figure out what's on the other side of that door so we can know where we go? This kind of looks like one of the mausoleum from out there.
Yes, I tend to agree, which means teleporting here or versus one of the other ones is far from certain. If the other ones look like this, creates problems for the map. Alright, let's see what's behind the doors. Renee, would you mind?
We'll go take a look at the door.
Okay. There is a locking mechanism, like you would lock yourself within.
Like you'd be inside and locked, or
Yep.
would you be outside?
You'd be inside and locked.
Okay. We're gonna check for traps.
Go for it.
28.
No traps on the door. Whatever, like the strength of all four of you moving the big disc that made the magical field disappear. Apparently, they thought that was enough.
Plus whatever else was inside that horrible thing. And when we moved that, it stayed moved, right? It wasn't like
Yeah, it's not clicking back into
not
place.
clicking like some egg timer.
Everybody.
like some abyssal ultra egg timer. Although you never know with this place. Holy fuck.
Okay, I'll attempt to unlock the door.
Okay, yeah, you kind of move the big levers that it has two handles on it. But Renee is strong enough to just open it with one. I'm going to switch to the other map. As you creak the doors open, you realize that you appeared inside one of the buildings, but there's something odd about the light outside. You guys were entering this place a couple of hours before sundown, but it appears to be in the middle of the night.
No.
Are we in the shadow plane?
No, I don't want to be in a shadow plane.
When I walk, does the ground go really fast under my feet?
That's not the shadow plane. That's shadow walking. But yeah,
planes, Marty.
Yeah, there's a strange star-filled sky. Oh, Renee looks up at the moon.
Is this my star-filled sky?
Give me a knowledge astronomy check.
Hey, buddy.
The moon is full and pregnant in the sky. It was not a full moon last night, and should not be.
Is the thing that should not be. All right.
Hey, Stormy.
Ah, crap. 19. I rolled 4. That's weird.
19. The phase of the moon is wrong. The time of the day is wrong. The phase of the moon is wrong, and there's something weird about the stars. You'd have to consult your charts. But the sky is wrong. There's also nary a cloud in the sky. It's like a very, very starlit night. The edges of the walls seem to have mist around them, like you can't see beyond the walls.
Renee just sort of stands there looking up awkwardly.
There is in front of you this kind of dark splotch on the ground. Again, these are 50-foot squares, and there are little cobbled paths that lead in different directions. It looks like the desiccated, half-rotten remains of a really old stagecoach. Like you see sort of like a broken wheel kind of lying in the ground, and a couple of like mounds, and like you'd have to take a shovel to this thing.
Is there a bit of Zita soul like just floating there?
Nope.
Oh.
And this particular building right here was the building that you were in for size and scale. There is a very large building in front of you. The building in front of you has a lot of chimneys.
We probably should go there while those resist fires are running.
And there is a bit of smoke coming out of that chimney. The way everything looks more like when you saw through the illusion. Kind of broken and ancient.
When the
There's a ripple in the air of like a tinge of magic, Zita and Evander. The two of you are wondering if this is the shadow plane.
26 knowledge planes.
Sure.
That's my result.
Oh, I see. Okay. You don't have enough information. It could be, although there's a strange amount of color here.
Okay. I don't know where we are.
Is it possibly went like back in time or something? Or maybe went to the future? Maybe that's how I'm old.
Renee, do you carry your star charts on you?
Yeah. He has powers related to them, so I'm assuming yes.
Yep.
If you give me a couple of moments, I could try to determine when we are. I'm expecting to see them all like fucking inverse or whatever. Pull out. Renee starts pulling out some big, like scrolls and
He has some big ass scrolls out of
a couple of tools. He's like looking up. There's a popping sound as his neck bends back a little bit too far.
Or rests into place like a.
We're on the moon.
No, the moon is full and it's right there, although it looks really weird.
The moon is in the wrong phase. It is the wrong time. And there's something wrong with the star.
Okay, I'll let you. What particular celestial object or objects are you trying to examine?
I am looking to basically point out 3 rather simple constellations used for navigation, like the warrior, the dragon, and the maiden, or something along those lines.
Sure. Okay, so you're looking for constellations. Give me basically this is you taking 10 minutes to look up at the stars and kind of look at things and try to triangulate, and I assume you have some sort of handheld astronomy device, or is it all back at the tower?
Currently, I carry. I think my devices are. No, I have a handheld telescope in case.
Okay, all right. So you got a tripod, and you're setting it up,
Yep.
and looking at your charts, and looking up at things.
My tripod, I will be pissed.
Okay, what are you guys doing while Renee is doing his 10-minute thing? Some of you still do have minute per levels running. Or are we just calling them done?
I say call them done.
Yeah, I don't want to rush into anything.
Greater heroism, how long does that last?
Minute per level.
Okay, so that's done.
What other shadow stuff do we have on us?
Resist energy is also a minute.
Nope, 10 minutes.
And spectral hand.
Spectral hand is a good question. I believe it's a minute, but I will check.
I think it's minute.
Spectral hand. This minute per level.
Okay, he gets his hit point back.
Armor gets his hit point back. I think if we don't have mage armors running, all the casters have mage armor running now, though.
Who's got the mage armor wand?
Oh, let's see, Radimer.
If there isn't one, let me know and we'll start.
Evander doesn't carry it because I don't think it's a. Oh, mage armor. He's got it out of his spell. He did not prepare it.
Radimer has a wand.
How many charges?
He's got 50 charges in it.
Okay, he'll cast it on everyone. So 6 gone.
Grizak already got himself.
So
Okay.
45. Because ghosts are bad. Go away, ghosts.
Ghosts are bad, okay.
Yeah, I'll get rid of Nibble's his breath points. He's not still holding his breath.
You can't tell Nibbles what to do.
He's turning blue in the face as he's trying to hold his breath like a 5-year-old, not getting his way. Abundant ammunition still running on Renee? No?
No, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
He hasn't recast it yet.
Okay, it's spooky. It's quiet here. yeah, the buildings and the walls show sign of like being quite old. And there's something wrong with the sky. Given that you took 10 minutes and you have charts and you have a masterwork item, that's a +4, 2 for the charts, 2 for the telescope, as you're doing a quick reading of the sky.
Fuck off, Matron. I roll a 2 again, so 24.
The stars are not in the right place.
Knowledge geography. Grizzak's gonna try to aid you. That help?
Yes.
Grizzak aids you. 25.
Zita automatically aids you.
The stars are not in the right place.
Yeah, I
There's
know
something
that.
really off-putting about where the moon is in relation to the stars and it being nighttime. Like you're kind of confused.
Are they the right patterns in the wrong place, or are they just
They're the
not
right the right patterns in the wrong place.
Do I understand the motion of star systems?
You are old enough to know that over time stars slowly drift.
Is this a pattern that could move from the patterns that I like? Is this within the realm of everything moving?
Can I extrapolate to this?
Renee makes 2 guesses. Either you've moved location, or this is the sky
Or we move time?
when you first started becoming interested in it. Plus or minus 50 years. Like,
So I missed 2 words because your bar went red. So I just heard when you first started becoming interested in it, but there was an important word at the beginning there.
This is the midnight. This is a sky that you've seen before. This is several hundred years in the past, plus or minus 50 years.
Okay, so this is a 300-year-old sky.
Yep.
I was right.
You know that the constellations drift at like 3,000 years. They're kind of like, you say you're born under one constellation and all of a sudden it's not that one anymore. Like you know that anytime you go to the ancient treaties, you have to do this stellar drift conversion.
Yeah.
And this was the sky right around the time. Like you don't have precise. You'd have to study it to get an exact date, and then you'd still be off. But...
Yeah.
No, this is a 300-year-old sky, give or take. Which lines up with what Zita said when this family became damned in the eyes of the Imperium.
I think we're in a pocket dimension or something. We are frozen in time.
Could it be an illusion?
Could be, but this sky is something I remember when I first started drawing. This was one of the first sky I drew.
Well, if we were frozen in time, why would the sky change?
It did not change. This is a 300-year-old sky.
Marty, will to disbelieve.
This is a sky from like the Shadow War era.
Oh, from the past.
We went backward. Or they trap it here. It went forward, but it is still trapped in backward. And we are now. That, or we're on a place that has a sky that looks exactly like sky from 300 years ago.
Radimer is starting to walk forward. He's walking towards the mound.
Was there smoke coming out of any of the buildings when we were looking?
Nope. There was no smoke coming out of any of the buildings. There is smoke coming out of the chimneys in this building.
If there are people to talk to, they be in that building.
You know, it's Radimer standing before the mound, like he's several hundred feet away from you at this point.
So we haven't seen a... Renee is not talking about how we haven't seen another living thing on this, whatever it is, yet. The nightmares discorporated, didn't they?
No, their corpses stayed.
Okay, then we got some putrefied nightmare flesh. Need something to eat.
I'm gonna get hungry eventually. Oh no. You notice Radimer cracking his knuckles, and he's like detecting something.
Radimer.
I think our ghost friend is tied to this area. This is likely where he will reappear.
Is there a way to release him? Maybe bury him, or...
That hubcap there looked very familiar.
Fix his wagon?
It is lost to the ages.
I'm assuming you guys are moving up then, if you're talking to
Yep.
Radimer.
Yeah.
Ghosts are not able to take everything they own with them into the afterlife. If his wagon is here, likely there are things worth digging up.
Like
a
like
magic...
a wagon for 300 years, just kind of
Some sticks.
yeah, it sticks.
Main timbers and...
Yeah, and if you've gone back in time, why does everything look so aged?
Yep. That's what's making me think pocket dimension. Detect magic.
Similar magic that you had in the field before: transmutation, illusion, and conjuration. Strong of all three.
You said there was cloud around all the around the wall.
Yep.
Is it on all sides?
All sides. It's like a deep mist that you can't see the terrain beyond, just the sky.
Radimer, could you actually, before I fire a light arrow into the darkness, we might want to like first find the magic whip. Get the magic whip.
Yeah, you guys have taken the stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Grizak grabbed all the treasure from inside the tombs, and then Radimer picked up the whip, and you've got the shadow brazier. No, not the shadow. The ghost touch braziers.
All right. Zita, are we digging up this ear, or are we going to go say hello at the looks like cookhouse? You're muted.
Let's go say hello. Once we've cleared the place, we worry about digging things up. Chocolate is good. Yum, yum, yum.
Now with 5% more air.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Sorry? Towards the next building?
Yep.
Okay. This dull gray granite building looms in the center of the necropolis. The entrance has a large domed ceiling that rises to a height over 20 feet ahead. It's decorated with intricate geometric designs. There's a carved Medusa crest that stares down upon you.
I'm going to be really proud of this dungeon if all the Medusas are not here.
There are stained glass windows on part of the building.
Okay.
Large set of metal doors that lead into the building. And I think I've got a different map that we can go to.
Yeah. Zita's gonna back off and let Renee look and see if it's trapped.
Maybe search for traps. Quick prayer, then search for trap. For trip.
It's an awkward building to expose, but I'm exposing it to the south here. It's got too many circles.
Oh, to the south?
Yeah.
You know what? Both of those things that this building is labeled as, not necessarily good when you're in the dungeon. Those aren't, when it's labeled like that, doesn't make you feel good.
Who needs a crematory that big? For fuck's sakes.
How many people are you burning?
Lots. It's a great question. It's like 3 noble families and probably their armies and servants were like, you're starting to kind of like, how many thousand people are here?
It's a football field wide.
You don't have to do them all at once.
If you do, you don't need a building for it. Just line 'em
Okay,
up.
so there are some gallows humor jokes as you guys are approaching this this place.
Grizak's going to will to disbelief this guy.
Okay, go ahead. And then your perception check versus traps.
Yep, search for traps.
35.
The sky is real.
Oh shit.
32. I get bonuses when under the night sky.
Okay. There are no traps on this door.
Okay. Is it locked?
There are no traps, but you do see that there are intricate runes written in the stone where the door kind of sits on top of. And you kind of look underneath the door, and there's a little bit of space. You can see that there is something flaming inside, like there is the flicker of a very large fire that is exposed. It's kind of far off in the hall. You just see a little bit of distant dancing light, but you do see that there's this really intricate looking hedge or rune or something along the door frame.
I will detect magic on it.
You do. Even though that the field of overpowering magic, when you're this close, you see that there is a minor abjuration.
Rather, there is a spell under the door.
You could, like, you have enough skill that you're pretty sure that you could just break the line if you wanted to.
I'd like to know what the line is first.
The DC would be 26.
Radamer, what is...
Yeah, Radamer comes closer.
Tell me what it is before I break it.
Token spellcraft here.
Yep.
$38.
It's some sort of barrier for, and he glances back to Grizak, elementals. He
That sucks. Why don't you fucking break it then?
he kind of conjures a bit of fire, and he's playing around with some of the elements, and it's to keep something fiery inside.
Okay. Once again, regretting not having protection from fire.
You have a resist fire going, so...
Yep.
Hold on. You guys gonna go and fight some fire? Give me a sec.
Some sort of elemental, I imagine. It appears to be a crematoria of some size.
Renee will make certain his bow is stowed so that he can pick the correct one when the time is right.
You guys wanna go in there and do this? I got a protection and a resist.
We have nowhere to rest, Grizak.
That's a problem.
We likely should not rest in the place that tried to kill us. Radimer points back to the arrival room.
Agreed.
Then instead of riling up something else, why don't we go find a corner in the yard over there and just sleep?
What makes you think we're safe in the yard?
Probably less stuff walking around.
Survival? Is there any tracks or anything like that on the ground?
That's an excellent question.
Thank you. I do pride myself on survival. Ooh, I really should have maxed that one out.
Do the flaming horses leave little scorch marks in the grass even though they weren't touching it?
Yep.
The zombie horde, have they mucked up the lawn?
Well, yeah, exactly.
38 survival.
There are not a lot of like vegetation here. In fact, the vegetation seems to be just sort of a patchy grass. If we go out, there were trees, in the part that Grizak saw into.
I didn't see.
Well, yeah, you saw like the tops of little stunted trees that it might have grown over time. This place does not have any of those trees. What else? Yes, there are tracks. Although there are nice little walkways, you do see, Grizak, that the nightmare horses are all over the place. Like, they've probably tromped over about a third of this place. Some of them old tracks, some of them new. It does suggest that there's a passage of time here. You find some of the grass is rotten and some of it is muted. It doesn't look very healthy.
There's not a lot of sun here.
That makes sense. Like
38.
The vegetation's all fucked up. You see, if you had sun, then you wouldn't be able to let your ghosts run around and fuck things up. So they blocked out the sun.
You see a boot mark
Oh, look at this.
right in the squiggly room that Radimer and Renee are looking at. The boot mark is slender and humanoid.
And going in or out?
Going in.
Shh. Be very, very quiet.
That's a pretty good Elmer Bud, buddy.
This is an elf.
No, sorry.
This is a goblin.
Wait,
Probably female.
What would else be doing here? Do you think that could be?
Where's
that could be. It could be.
Isn't Zira supposed to be here?
That's what I was thinking.
It is why we are here. Is Radimer annoyed at this point?
Opens the bag, so not because of all this treasure? Alright.
Oh wait, I'm still in Earth Elemental form. Nibbles is carrying it.
Yeah, Nibbles will carry it.
It's like old times.
Yes, Nibbles get hurt very badly. You collect all the gold.
Are you saying that there might be Zira through this door?
That's what he's saying, Renee.
I say we turn around.
Oh, you hear a voice from behind. You guys are being loud at the door. Something's talking to you.
What language?
What language? Yeah. It is. Tell me if you know any of the elemental tongues.
I might.
I know Hadean, which could be called an elemental tongue if you have a fucked up view of what elements are.
It's the element of death.
I also have Shadow Tongue, which also could potentially be an element if you have a fucked up view of what elements are.
No, I probably speak just about every language on the face of the planet. It's the ones off of the planet I don't speak.
Got it.
Except for Celestial.
All right, something's talking to you. And you guys are catching flashes in your minds, like it might be talking telepathically, and it's saying something like, "It's been too long since I've roasted a corpse."
We have some nightmares, if you like.
And it's really pissed off.
Oh, okay.
It's asking if who's there, and it's also asking sort of like who's there. Boy, I hope they have corpses for me to roast, preferably the screaming ones.
I just understand the word corpse very well.
No.
You feel that you could talk back to it in your head, like it's a presence that is sort of broadcasting. And the light underneath the slit in the bottom of the door is getting much brighter. Like there is roaring conflagration on the other side of the door.
Moves the clock back.
We're gonna.
You don't quite hear any like footfalls. Like you don't hear like.
No, fire doesn't make noise when it moves.
You are hearing kind of like a strange swooshing, and there's a warm draft that comes from underneath the door.
Get away from the door. Get away from the door.
It's already moved the fuck back. Like, who wants a protection now? Come on, over here. Get your protections over here.
Should go to the side. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Renee will just step over and pull out his regular bow.
Who is there? He switches to Imperial Common, if you guys understand that. Again, with a strange dialecty accent, but it's still understandable. Who is there? Grizak. What horrible beast is a Grizak? Does it burn? It better burn. I want it to burn.
Piss him off, turn into a fire elemental.
What year is it?
What year is it? Too many years have passed in this place. I wish to go back to the place of brass, to the place of fire. But you have the sound of little things. Are you little water bags with bones brittle like kindling?
Come out and find out.
No, you come in and find out.
No, you come out and find out.
Do you taunt me?
No. Come out and find out.
Grizak's head just going like this. He's watching the conversation like, okay, his turn. No, his turn.
Okay, so you hear the kind of locking opener on the door going, and the door is opening.
Hey, I had a question for you.
Do I see anything?
Yep. There's a big man with a fiery beard and a torso that turns down into a snake of flame, and two huge, vaguely humanoid, towering, flaming beings standing behind him as the door slams open.
Wow.
Oh, this looks like a fun fight.
He is wielding in one hand right now. Actually, nothing. He's just got fucking fists for days. Come in here.
Inside the chamber, there is an elaborate carving that is engraved along the floor where there's the vague Medusa mosaic, and it says, "A blade answers even the most vexing question."
So true.
Okay.
But yeah, more concerning is the ogre-sized angry man with the flaming beard and the strange bejeweled turban. Come in here! Come in here!
No, I don't feel like it. Why don't you come out?
Hey.
Nibbles will come in.
He just starts to drift backwards, like he's inviting you in.
That's what are you doing?
All right, are there any spells going off this round? So he opened the
yes, please.
he opened the door and drifted back, and there were some conversations. You guys have
All
a
right,
round
get
of
over
actions.
Get over here, big boys. Time to get ready.
You make Nibbles big again. That's fun for Nibbles.
All right, give me a second here. Zita, get your ass over here.
She like hurries across the
Yeah.
doorway. Like,
Yep.
Okay.
Renee will cast a abundant ammunition.
Okay, 3 spells are going off. There's a protection from.
You want to resist or protection?
Okay, so what is the first spell that's
Let's
going
go
off?
resist.
A resist. Put a resist energy
Okay,
on Nibbles?
on everybody.
On everybody. Okay, cool.
it's a
What's the
communal
resist?
resist energy.
Yep.
All right, what is Radimer doing this round?
Radimer is going to cast his. Does he have 2 spectral hands?
Nope.
Oh, that's poopy.
It's gonna have to get in there.
He's gonna be a bone armor.
Bone armor. Okay.
Does it look really smoky and dusty in there?
There are crackling beings made out of fire. It doesn't look like too smoky yet. Evander?
Oh, sorry. I'm Evander.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good times. Evander's gonna cast.
It's been a longer day than I thought.
Where is your fuck? Running out of stuff, eh?
Okay, Zita, while we're
Bark
waiting.
Skin.
Zita is going to.
He's already cast his bark skin
It's
today.
already cast.
It turned into the grease spell earlier this.
Zita is going to cast.
Renee, are you doing any sort of
What
prep?
the frig is it?
Is it second round or first round?
No, first round.
The first round was a abundant ammunition.
Okay.
Put
And-
righteous might on himself.
Zita's going to cast. No, she's going to save that. No, she'll use. Crap, I don't know. I don't want to use that yet. She's got nothing for the first round.
Grizak's calling a. He's doing a call of lightning. What's the weather like? Is it calm here?
No, you cast your one spell. Just because they can't come out of the room doesn't mean they can't send things out of the room. Initiative will be rolled after this first round. Because if you guys are standing there casting spells, he's going to say hello with a few things. Mm-hmm.
I will say hello back with arrows.
Come on in. We'll be right there. Power up, power up, power up, power up, power up, power up. He's not that stupid.
Hey, they're doing the Magnus thing. I heard about it.
Right. No. No.
Shunt forever.
Forever.
All right. The fire elementals have plus 13 on their initiative. And the fiery dude has a plus. Okay. Go ahead and add them to the sheet. Oh, they rolled a 1. Grizak, would you roll?
Initiative for Grizak.
Just roll a d20.
Yep. 6.
19. Renee?
Renee rolled a 19. He also has a +6 dex bonus right now.
Okay. Evander?
9.
Radimer?
Radimer rolled a huzzah, 15.
Oh, you might get your second round of actions. Giant Nibbles?
11. Zita got an 18.
18. Okay. I was reading Foxfire's funny comment. But they spend the entire fucking episode powering up. It's like Legends. Hey Frozen, how's it going? It's like Legends where I have to take a break. I'll take a washer break while you guys are throwing your spells up.
Let's figure out how many spells we cast in 3 rounds. Okay, this will take 10 minutes.
Okay, Renee, you're the first to react. You do notice that he's like, cowards, he says in telepathic language plus Ignan.
If you're an elemental who has telepathic bond, and you know, it's not pleasing.
Come in here, or I will use my wish.
Yeah, I know what you are. I thought I knew what you were. I know definitely what you are now.
Oh, you're gonna wish I wasn't here.
What do you wish? And he's actually asking you guys if you'd like a wish.
Oh, Nibbles wish he was big giant.
Nibbles, you shouldn't answer some questions. Then be one
Nibbles
of them.
gets gigantism. His head and his hands become
that he's a big giant asshole. -6 charisma. Oh god! All right, Renee.
Well,
There was a sinister offer made.
Renee's gonna step out and ready to disrupt whatever spell that son of a bitch.
Nice, nicely done. Grizak, what are you doing?
You want to be bigger, Nibbles?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, fuck it. Go get him, boy.
Oh, pretty lady. No, not in front of the door.
Large person's cast.
A large person takes 1 round.
Keep holding there, buddy.
You can't move when it's not your turn. So you're casting a spell on large person.
Yeah.
All right. The fiery creature is annoyed that you're
Not coming in.
and could see Renee standing there. So Renee's going to get a quickened scorching ray.
I will attempt to disrupt it.
He's also going to cast another spell.
Okay.
You might want to wait for the other spell.
I'll wait for the other spell.
Yeah. I don't know if you can disrupt quicken actions.
I have no idea.
It's a swift action, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Big guy. Let's see.
Touch me.
Bab of that, plus a dex of... that's not too bad. 3 at 1d20 plus 16.
Oh.
26, 31, and 26.
Okay, they touch. Do any of the rays break 30?
No, they do 4d6 each. So.
Okay, so it all gets put into the spell.
Yep.
You're welcome, asshole.
Okay.
Now the disrupting.
He sees that and does not like it. So he's going to cast a different spell. It grows really warm and like the air starts to catch fire in the doorway.
We don't like that. We don't have a none of the buffs went up, right?
Nope.
Okay. So we're just gonna shoot him. Stop that.
AC 30.
Okay. Critical threat.
Nice.
Is
Nice.
he critable?
Oh yeah, he's critable. He's not an elemental. He's an outsider.
Oh, look at that.
Let me check his items.
Oh yeah. Give him an item that nullifies crits. We'd like one of those.
Throat shot, throat shot, throat shot.